Many IELTS candidates repeat the same words over and over. If you are aiming to show your English is good, you must show that you have a broad vocabulary. It's actually pretty simple to do this if you know synonyms. Synonyms are alternative words that have the same meaning. In this video, you'll learn 40 synonyms you must know to show your English is good. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with a broad vocabulary that you can use in your IELTS test. Let's begin. We are going to start by looking at some common adjectives and their advanced alternatives. The first adjective that is frequently used is important. It's so common. However, if you use it too much, it may give the audience the impression that you have a limited range of vocabulary. There are so many words that can replace important. One of these is pivotal. Let's look at this sentence. Reducing carbon emissions, an important issue in today's society. Here is pivotal. Reducing carbon emissions is a pivotal issue in today's society. Another common adjective is big. If we want to be empathic and say that something is extremely big, we can use the adjective colossal. The new policies brought about big change in education. The new policies brought about colossal change in education. The adjective colossal can also be used to talk about degree or severity of something rather than physical size, replacing a lot of. For, for instance, the earthquake caused colossal damage to the city. This is instead of saying the earthquake caused a lot of damage to the city. On the left side, we often see the adjective small. Another way of saying this is minute. Notice that the spelling is the same as the unit of time, a minute. The pronoun however, the pronunciation is different. The difference the difference between two proposals the difference between two proposals is small, but it could affect the result. This change to the difference between two the difference the difference between the two proposals is minute, but it could affect the result. This word is excellent. If used correctly, it will definitely impress the examiner and boost your score. A word that we all use on a regular basis is on a regular basis is the simple word bad. If you want to show your English is good, then you need to use much more advanced words than this. Let's look at the sentence. The service at the restaurant was bad. I'll never go back. You can replace bad with appalling. The service at the restaurant was appalling. I'll never go back. However, this is also an extreme adjective, meaning that we only use it when we want to talk about an extreme level or degree of something. We want to emphasize that the service at the restaurant was very bad. You'll probably end up using good a lot too. For example, she has good taste in music. Again, this is a very simple word, and to show off your vocabulary knowledge, you need to use more complex words. Exceptional is a great synonym. Let's see it in the sentence. She has exceptional taste in music. Exceptional is an exceptional is an extreme adjective expressing that something is not just good, but a much higher degree of good. The next word that is commonly used is easy. A fantastic way of rephrasing this word is by using the word straightforward. Straightforward. This refers to something simple, easy to follow or complete, and often without causing confusion. For example, the instructions were really easy. I could follow them without any issues. This changes to the instructions were really straightforward. I could follow them without any issues. Let's have a look at the adjective difficult. This one comes up so often in everyday language. So it is important that we know how to say it in another way. When we are talking about something that involves a lot of effort, often physical or mental effort, we can use the word arduous. Climbing the mountain was a difficult task. This changes to climbing the mountain was an arduous task. Be careful with this one because we can only replace difficult with arduous in some context. When we refer to the word difficult in the context of something being complicated or having a lot of problems, it is not possible to use arduous. Look at the sentence. The organizing is going through a difficult financial period. In this case, we are referring to a problematic period. So, the word arduous wouldn't make sense here. Arduous is only used when something involves a lot of effort, more often than not physical effort. The next word on the list is expensive. This is one we say a lot, as price tends to be a common factor when talking about the pros and cons of something. Another way of saying this in a more advanced way is with the word exorbitant. This is an this is a fantastic way of describing an extremely high price. Let's see some examples. The additional fees that airlines charge for seat selection and luggage are expensive. The additional fees that airlines charge for seat selection and luggage are exorbitant. Also, when talking about price, we use the word cheap a lot. Instead, use economical. It means the same thing. Let's try it in a pair of sentences. Public transport is a cheap option for daily commuting. Public transport is an economical option for daily commuting. Many people, proficient English speakers included, often confuse the adjectives economic and economical. Economic is used to refer to anything related to finance and the economy, whereas economical specifically refers to a low or reasonable price. Let's compare those. Our business went bankrupt due to the appealing economic situation. Our business decided to use a different paper supplier because their products were more economical. Now, let's have a look at new. Take a look at this sentence. Scientists are working on a new approach to treatment of common diseases. Alternatively, you could say scientists are working on a novel approach to treatment of common diseases. Again, there are some contexts where the word novel cannot be used as a replacement for new. Novel tends to be used for something that is original and or unusual, something that hasn't been seen or done before. So it wouldn't work to replace new in the following sentence. I bought myself a new laptop. A laptop is a common everyday object, not an original item that has never been used before. Okay, now let's move on to some common verbs. So we choose the word increase. The word increase to describe a sudden and powerful rise in numbers or figures. We can use the word surge instead. For instance, fuel price increased overnight to global supply issues. This changes to fuel prices surged overnight due to global supply issues. Similarly, The word decrease is used a lot to describe trends and changes, meaning to become smaller. The word that we can use is shrink, meaning to become smaller. Check out this sentence. The company's profits decreased to poor financial management. You can change it to the company's profits shrank due to poor financial management. Don't forget that shrink is an irregular verb. Irregular verb. Shrink, shrank, shrunk. The next word is very common and you'll probably use it a lot. It is the verb change. There are so many alternatives for change, but let's just focus on one good phrase: modify. Take a look at this sentence. The company changed its hiring process to attract more diverse candidates. This becomes the company modified its hiring process to attract more diverse candidates. Usually when using the word modify, we are referring to a slight change or adjustment. If we want to talk about a bigger change, we might say transform. For example, technology has transformed the way we develop personal relationships. The next word we use a lot is improve. Pay attention to this sentence. When the local council implemented open open air gym equipment, when the local council implemented open air gym equipment, it improved quality of life for residents. That changes to when the local council implemented open air gym equipment, it enhanced quality of life for residents. It is really common to use the word express, especially in the IELTS exam. This talks about communicating thoughts and ideas. An even more advanced word we can use is articulate. Not only does this refer to communicating thoughts and ideas, but also to conveying them in a way that is clear and effective. Let's see an example of that. She was able to express her ideas confidently during the debate. She was able to articulate her ideas confidently during the debate. By the way, if you want more vocabulary video, hit the like button and write yes in the comments. If you want something else, tell me your video wish in the comments. In the comments, so I know what you would like to see on this channel. Now let's explore more synonyms. All synonyms you want to know to express and identify your opinions. The most common word to express this is the verb think. A lot of people overuse this word, so be careful not to do that. Instead of think, to mention an opinion, you could also say to be of the opinion that, for example, I think that governments should do more to protect the environment. This sentence becomes, I am the opinion that governments should do more to protect the environment. Here is another great phrase for discussing your understanding of certain topics and opinions. We tend to say understand a lot. Well, you can modify that using fathom or fathom out. This means understanding something truly, often after thinking about it a lot. Check out this example. It is difficult to understand the mindset of close-minded people. The paraphrase would be, it is difficult to fathom the mindset of close-minded people. As I mentioned, fathom refers to a deeper understanding of something. It wouldn't be so common to say, I can fathom German. It's used for particularly difficult problems, ideas, or opinions like people struggle to fathom the sheer vastness of universe. The next common word is support. In the context of giving approval or encouragement to someone or something. In this context, support can be replaced by the verb champion. It has always supported women's rights in the workplace. He has always supported women's rights in the workplace. He has all he has always supported women's rights in the workplace. Become yin. He has always championed women's rights in workplace. Another word that is used frequently. Another word that is used frequently is the verb help. When talking about giving assistance to someone, we can also use the informal phrase give someone hands because this phrase is informal. You may hear in some sections of listening test. It is not advisable for writing. Take a look at this sentence. Can you help me move this furniture? Can you give me a hand moving this furniture? Notice that the structure of the verb that comes afterwards, in this case, move, is different in each sentence. The first sentence says, can you help me? On the other hand, the second sentence says, can you give me a hand moving? So we use the ing form of move. You can also say, can you give me a hand with the furniture? I've said try quite a few times in this video, and it is a really great word when talking about achievements. For example, you can say, in spite of difficulties, I try to complete my project before the deadline. And instead of try in this context, we can use the excellent word endeavor. Endeavor refers to making a very serious effort to achieve something. Here is the sentence with the new word. In spite of difficulty, I endeavored to complete my project before the deadline. As mentioned, is used a lot